In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Supply Chain Rebel Spotlight, a series that highlights builders, change makers, learners, doers, and dreamers at the intersection of all things supply chain, sustainability, circular economy, and inclusivity. Everyone, I am so thrilled to introduce you to Lisa. Lisa, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me, Sherry, and hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be here with you today.
Awesome. And Lisa, if you could introduce yourself by sharing a little bit about your current role, your journey in supply chain, or even what attracted you to supply chain in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Trinh. I'm actually originally from Vietnam. I moved to the US when I was 11 with my family and grew up in the Central Jersey area. And I went to Rutgers Business School for supply chain management and marketing science. So that's where my supply chain background is from. And currently, I am in a procurement leadership development program at GlaxoSmithKline. And I've been with GSK for just over 2 years now. So the bulk of my experience has been in sourcing, ranging from category management to regional procurement to supplier diversity and ethical sourcing. And so what fascinates me about supply chain is the endless opportunity to really make an impact. And, that's just not pertaining to business performance or profit, but also people's lives and the planet. And so that really hit home for me when, picking supply chain management as, my career path.
Amazing. So shout out to Rutgers University. Go RU.
Yay, go RU.
And also, and I have to share that I met Lisa on social media also, and I was just absolutely thrilled that she's so passionate about sustainability and about supplier diversity. So she obviously stands out to me as a supply chain rebel, but I would like to hear directly from you, Lisa, if you can share with the viewers, what makes you, in your point of view, a supply chain rebel?
Well, thank you for considering me a supply chain rebel. And think for me, it's because I want to challenge the conventional beliefs that diversity, ethical sourcing, or sustainability are, policies, government requirements, the right thing to do, or, the good to have initiatives, at companies. And so while there are many believers already, I want to challenge that belief because for me, these are actually competitive advantages when being done with authenticity and with the commitment to materialize these programs. So some key drivers for growth and for myself when, I'm being motivated to work in supply chain are the influence on consumers' purchasing decision, the manufacturing process excellence, such as waste elimination, cost reduction, process improvement, and also another piece that is, peaking because of COVID and the pandemic that we're in is risk management in the extended supply chain. So not only can we make our supply chain visible with our direct suppliers, but also in tier 2, tier 3, and even further down the chain. So for me, to recap, what makes me a rebel is that I want to challenge those conventional beliefs that, these are just the right things to do. For me, sustainability, CSR, diversity are becoming more and more and more important in today's environment.
So Lisa, you mentioned a few concepts that are really important for supply chain professionals and businesses to master. And I want to pull on the thread a little bit because when you say sustainability, I don't think that a lot of folks understand the business case for change. So can you describe in your point of view, why should we care about these concepts right now in supply chain?
Yeah, so I'm going to pull on that from a business perspective, and I hope that this will drive it home for supply chain professionals and businesses, and maybe those who are not believers yet. So I think the main case for me is that consumers' purchasing decisions are being influenced by a company's commitment to social causes and commitment to sustainability more than ever before. And whether it's because of the availability of data, information, social media at their fingertips, generational values and beliefs is becoming more and more important. And actually, I think you're pretty familiar with this already, but I just want to quickly reference the IBM Research Insights title, Meet the 2020 Consumers Driving Change. And so it is a survey of 19,000 consumers in 28 countries, which show that nearly 6 in 10 consumers surveyed are willing to change their shopping habits to reduce environmental impact. 8 out of 10 indicate that sustainability is important for them, and 70% would pay in premium for the product or the services, and 35% on average would be loyal to brands that are sustainable and environmentally responsible. So I think that in itself right there is a case for why companies and supply chain professionals should be paying more attention to sustainability.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. There are a lot of things that are in that research, and then also through the Natural Marketing Institute, some of their research on consumer buying behavior and how people actually actively participate in their green journey. The interesting thing about what you just shared is that sometimes people say that they'll do something, but then when they actually get to point of sale consumption, it changes. And that's called the intention gap or the value gap. And we're not going to talk about that today, but it's really, really interesting what happens when people say that they prefer sustainable brands, but then it comes down to that tension between cost value. So it's something that I think we're going to see a lot more research on in the next 12 to 18 months. Can you give a few words of inspiration for some of the younger supply chain talent that are out in the workforce right now, maybe looking for a job or thinking about, what's next on their career path?
Yeah, so for me, I think my final message would be to actively seek opportunities, embrace your passion at work or even outside of work, like getting involved in a professional organization or an employee resource group. So just being conscious that, we're all busy with our day-to-day job, but it's important to find those opportunities because my passion is what make me tick, and it has helped me tremendously as a young professional to identify potential areas where I want to take my career in the future. So as much as it's a passion, is also where it helped me to find where I want to grow into, and I think that's very important. And I'll leave everyone, you all, with this. So one of my favorite quotes is, "If not you, then who? And if not now, then when?" I think this is true, especially when it comes to sustainability, corporate social responsibility, and supplier diversity. Looking within yourself, looking intrinsically on your values, your beliefs, what are important to you, and taking that to work instead of, waiting to see what's important for the company, what's important for your leadership. I think that is the major change driver for every professionals, and I hope that young and developing professionals can take this message and do the same.
I love that, Lisa. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. And also, everyone, we're actually going to be speaking together at ISM New Jersey in March. So be on the lookout for that event. Lisa, it's such a pleasure. You are such a breath of fresh air, my dear.
Thank you so much, Sherry. I really, really, really appreciate the opportunity to be here with you today. And I had such an amazing time within the couple of minutes that we've been on.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to rebel strong in the supply chain revolution. Take care, everyone.
Bye.